Good evening, wrestling fans, and welcome to episode 3065 of the ECW Fan Podcast. I'm here with my longtime lover and host, Joel.
Let's go.
So, what's the match today? What are we doing today? We're doing Sabu and Rey Mysterio, or
no?
Oh,
the match today is you're gonna love it.
Oh, I bet.
So just sit back, relax.
Okay.
Don't become lucid. I mean, don't just stay chill.
I'm chill. I'm vibing.
We'll get right into it after these 7 ad reads.
Do you have hemorrhoids?
Yes, but let's get into the ad reads. Chandler.
Huh?
Hello.
Hello there.
How are you?
I'm fantastic.
We haven't spoken in 7 months because, of course, we never speak in real life. This is a professional relationship we have.
I had to be convinced to be here with a very large, comically sized check with many zeros in it. But yeah, I'm here.
We gave you creative control.
Mm-hmm.
We bribed you over.
And guaranteed title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with all of your power in the company, you decided we should today talk about the main event of Born to Be Wired.
Of course.
The ECW Super Show.
I'm surprised it took us 3,000 episodes to get to this, but, it's a classic.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about, everything else.
Every single match, every other match, except this one. So we got... lay it out for me. Lay it out for the fans.
We have main event, Terry Funk versus Sabu. Perhaps the best to ever do it, I guess.
I mean, top 3 for me, at least.
Yeah. Before that, we have a whole show.
Right.
An entire card, which let's go over the card because it's an interesting card.
Sure.
And we're going to get your opinions on this card. So, for commentary, just Joey Styles, as always.
Yep.
He's great. I love Joey.
Joey, one of the best top 3 commentators. Yeah.
I don't think he's been cancelled. If he's been cancelled, I never liked him, but for now, he is a classic.
He is from New York, so probably going to be cancelled soon.
Yeah. Probably going to be caught masturbating in a public park.
That's my guess.
Okay. Bout 1, the opener.
Opening match.
We have a singles match. Little Guido versus Pablo Marquez.
Okay.
I feel like the FBI, the Italians, whatever the
full-blooded
name was
Italians.
called, I feel like they've opened most of the ECW shows I've seen. I feel like I always see them first.
You gotta please the Italians first. That's the first thing you learn in broadcast school. Okay. It's an okay match.
Little Guido wins by pinfall. I don't remember if I said.
Yeah.
Bout 2, singles match. Mikey Whipwreck beats Louis Spiccoli by pinfall,
Okay, cool.
Kind of similar,
Yeah.
Bout 3, singles match. We have Spike Dudley, which, by the way, one of the most underrated fucking guys in wrestling, I say.
Gotta be top 3 underrated wrestlers in wrestling.
You always do top 3. And I've told you, top 10 is more marketable.
The top 3 is in my top 3 ranking mechanisms, so to speak.
What else is in there?
Top 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then top 100.
That's pretty good, yeah. I didn't consider top 100.
Exactly.
Spike Dudley beats Bam Bam Bigelow by pinfall.
Ooh. I'd like to see that. 2 big meat slabs whacking away at each other.
If by meat slab you mean like little sausage dude versus meat slab, then I guess it's a meat fest. It's like when they put Danhausen in Meat Madness. Bout 4, singles match. Chris Candido beats Chris Chetti by pinfall.
It's a lot of Chris's.
Classic. Bout 5, singles match. Shane Douglas beats Lance Storm by pinfall.
Okay. Not the
Bout
pinfalls.
6, say it with me. Singles match.
Fucking easy. This is the 6th match?
Yeah.
This is Monday night too, right?
Who knows what night it is?
Nobody's quite sure.
It is whatever night August the 9th, 1997 was. It's that night.
I remember I was there.
At least Bout 6 is specifically for the TV championship. And it's
Okay.
Taz versus Al Snow. And of course, Taz wins by submission. Specifically Tazmission, if you want to know.
Oh, I was wondering, yeah.
Alright, here we go. Bout 7, 6-man tag team match.
Oh, wow.
Something new. Something fresh. We have the Dudley Brothers, all 3 of them, versus Axel Rotten, Bulls Mahoney, and Hack Myers. What do you think of that lineup?
She hacks my balls off till I Mahoney.
Okay. Dudley Brothers win by pinfall. Bout 8, singles match.
Jesus
Rob
Christ.
Van Dam beats Tommy Dreamer by pinfall, and this one's actually relevant to the main event, which is coming up. Sabu, I think, also runs into the Rob Van Dam match.
Right, because they're best friends.
Because they were tag partners and also best friends, apparently.
They would later go on to be arrested for marijuana possession, and if that's not what a best friend is.
Get arrested in the same car.
What would you do? So what would you do if you were the arresting officer and they roll down the window and it's RVD and Sabu with like a pound of weed?
You reckon they roll down the window and just like smoke billows out? And they're in like in-ring gear.
Oh yeah, no,
together,
RVD's in his one
smoking up. Yeah. They turn to you.
He hands you the rolling tray and says, "It's the whole show."
He says, "Smoke the whole bowl." We get to our main event after
cool.
7 singles matches and 1 6-man tag.
Ooh, wow. I mean, so they're not gonna top any of that, obviously.
Nah, but they're gonna try. Barbed wire match.
Sorry, what?
Sabu versus Terry Funk, the hardcore icon.
Right.
It's for the EC Dub World Heavyweight Championship. It's exciting. It's
Terry
a championship match.
Is like 52, 53?
52.
He's
roughly.
old as fuck.
He is.
No offense.
He only gets older, is the thing.
Exactly.
It takes him a while to stop, but he just keeps getting older.
I mean, and to be performing a barbed wire match, which... Can we just talk about the barbed wire real quick? Kind of looks like they got a 5th grade class to set that one up.
I have a story about the barbed wire that we'll get to in a bit, but okay. I feel like it's gonna enlighten you a little bit.
I think so.
So, supposedly, I haven't looked into this at all, because I'm not gonna watch, like, weeks of lead up of hardcore TV or whatever was on before this. But I don't think PW Insider is lying to me, but someone check their journalism credibility, I guess. This was supposed to be another 6-man tag match. Sabu, RVD, and Jerry Lawler, your dad, Jerry Lawler.
He's my father.
Versus Tommy Dreamer, Sandman, and Terry Funk.
That sounds fantastic. Now,
it does.
Not also a barbed wire 6-man tag.
I don't think so, no. I think just a 6-man tag.
Okay.
And all I can find is the quote, "Due to injuries and a change in plans, they announced the barbed wire match 2 weeks before the show."
Jesus Christ. So they just
did not have prep time that much, really.
But their emergency plan is a fucking barbed wire death match?
Yeah. It's basically a fuck it match.
Fucking
They called a mulligan and they said, "Someone go get the barbed wire. We'll put Terry in there. We'll put Sabu in there. They'll do it."
They're dumb enough for this.
So, Bill Alfonso, you know, the guy with the
whistle. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. He blows the whistle way too much.
He talked about this in a shoot interview, which was, I want to say, within the last 10 years. I didn't check the date on it because I'm stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently in America, I had no idea, there's different types of barbed wire.
Oh yeah, we have a whole culture around the different varieties of barbed wire you can purchase.
And you have ones, from what I understand, with like smaller barbs, like less damaging ones, and then they go all the way up to these like massive barbs that are designed for like cattle, like big animals.
Right.
So they just go to a fucking hardware store, and the guy who's buying it, whichever like set decorator, bless him, he says, "Get me some barbed wire, please."
Yeah, of course.
And they come back with the massive, like the cattle destroying barbed wire.
Literally like razor blades on a stick.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And
at that point, like, they just set it up. They just set the fucking ring up. Because they just threw this together. Apparently, this whole match was just thrown together. There's another rumor that they had to sign release forms, Sabu and Terry Funk, because I feel like you're putting them into this match with giant barbs on the barbed wire, and you're thinking one of these guys probably gonna die. If I'm taking a guess, I'd say the 52-year-old.
Yeah, like, already, like, a bad glass of milk can end a 52-year-old, so let alone cattle wire.
Yeah, he's at risk.
Both fighters currently alive, standing in the middle of a ring in Philadelphia.
In 1997, what was happening that year?
Paul Heyman was making millions of dollars.
Paul Heyman was making hundreds of dollars.
It was a packed show.
They were probably doing well. Yeah. I think they all were, because Philadelphia just loved EC Dub.
I mean, there's not much else to do other than watch
No.
grown men mutilate each other.
Yeah.
This was before the Rocky films.
I'm trying to work in a Bruce Springsteen joke.
He's from New Jersey.
Made that song about I know he is, but he made that song about Philadelphia.
I guess.
A really weird Philadelphia song. Do the people of Philadelphia have solidarity with that song, or does it just kind of exist?
I mean, people here in Boston like the Boston song, so probably.
The Boston song?
I think I'm going Boston. I think I start new. You know that one?
No, I don't think I've ever heard that song in my life.
You know the one that goes bum 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 bum. You know that one?
No, not at all.
You'd be fucking horrible on Nevermind the Buzzcocks.
I thought maybe you meant the song More Than a Feeling by the band Boston.
Oh, there's the band Boston, but that's not
because
a
More
song.
Than a Feeling, like, I could see you getting patriotic about More Than a Feeling.
the band Boston's alright. They're alright. What were we talking
anyway,
about?
enough about fucking Boston. We're talking about the main event.
Terry Funk, Sabu.
Yeah, the barbed wire. I don't know if it's a death match, but it pretty much was.
Could very well have been.
You start with the fighter introductions. Sabu left of hard cam with Bill Alfonso, the manager. Terry's on the right on his own. I'm used to seeing that as like face and heel, but EC Dub didn't do that shit. They didn't do like bad versus good.
They're all heels, honestly.
It was just kind of like, yeah, just two guys beat the shit out of each other. See what happens. They trade blows. They do some throws. Didn't mean that to rhyme. It takes like 2 minutes for us to even get a tease of the barbed wire.
It was a cute little
like Funk.
Yeah, the little Irish whip, and you're like, oh, it's happening, and then Sabu just like, knowing his life depends on it, slows down like a 747 on the tarmac hits the brakes before careening through the barbed wire.
And I think the audience is like not reacting that much because I think they're just waiting for someone to go into the barbed wire because you know it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. It has to happen eventually.
Yeah, and it does. Takes 4 minutes, which in the grand scheme of things doesn't seem like that long of a time. But for wrestling, 4 minutes can be like a short match length.
It's a
4
whole
minutes
match.
is a while.
Yeah.
Sabu goes from a Hurricane Rana into a pin.
Mm-hmm.
Terry Funk pretty much instantly just shoves him.
Throws him off, like pushes his ass.
He goes flying headfirst into the barbed wire. It's gruesome. It gets more gruesome because Terry Funk grabs him and starts raking his face across the wire.
Nasty.
That's how they start the barbed wire.
They don't start like a little playful, like, oop, haha, you touched the barbed wire. No, they're raking each other. They're getting blood already.
And in hindsight, it makes sense that that's the start because it goes even higher. At one point, Terry Funk lifts Sabu up and like nuts him on the top wire.
A barbed wire nutbuster, which then leads
Just
Sabu
horrific.
to just horrific thoughts. But then as he falls,
it shreds his tights as well. Like when he gets off the wire, his tights are falling apart.
And for the rest of the match, he has those like half ripped pants.
He's already shirtless as well, but now his legs are exposed, and Terry Funk is fully dressed.
He's just dressed like he's hanging out, t-shirt. Like he's jeans
dressed like he knows he's got a fucking barbed wire match coming up, and he doesn't want all of his skin exposed to the barb.
Sabu, though, he's got a fucking death wish. He doesn't care.
Yeah. I mean, what's he gonna do? Get another scar on his chest? Whatever. Terry Funk finally gets his turn in the barbed wire when Sabu throws him in and just sort of like wraps his arm in the barbed wire so he can't move. Mm-hmm. Absolutely cracks him over the back with a chair. It's like he's not pulling hits. Like he's just going for it.
I honestly think that in these early ECW shows, they pull the chairs a lot less. But it seems like totally in kayfabe, totally like both wrestlers are like, we're gonna take these chairs more for the sake of that crisp, just like nasty metal clunk.
Yeah, I mean Terry Funk especially, like he'll lose a limb for a spot as long as it looks good. After that, Terry Funk's like leaning forwards on the wire. I don't know if you had the same reaction as I did, because his neck is like right up against the wire.
Seriously, yeah.
Which is terrifying. a lot of the like the uncomfortableness of this match is just like, this guy he could have died.
We're talking
at any point.
Inches away from death.
And not only that, that's already like scary, but Sabu fucking heel kicks him into the wire. I don't know how he wasn't like decapitated at some point, frankly.
Or something, yeah.
We get to 10 minutes into the match. It's been going for a while. Terry Funk's lying in the corner. Sabu is setting up for our Sabu. He puts his chair down.
Oh god, this.
Yeah, he goes back for his run up and launches off of the chair. Terry Funk slides out of the way and Sabu's crashing down onto the wire. His left bicep is torn open, like right into the muscle.
Oh yeah.
Like any other match even, but any other company especially, you probably end it there.
Probably call that right there, yeah.
Yeah, no competition.
Like, unless it's Mick Foley, who doesn't stop for anything.
Yeah, he'll lose an ear before he'll stop.
Right. I mean, yeah, no, a torn bicep, especially nowadays, like, oh yeah, that'd be over right there.
But instead, Sabu sends Bill Alfonso away. Says, "Get me some surgical tape."
Oh God.
He's fucking like he's wrapping it up his arm. Just to keep it all together, almost.
Pretty much, yeah. I noticed. I noticed by the end of the match that both of them basically had like their entire arms taped up.
So while Sabu's wrapping his arm in tape, Terry Funk comes in and he does a hangman's neck breaker through a couple of chairs.
Jesus, yeah.
And you can see while he's taking that bump, he's still wrapping his bicep.
just casually, doing a very vital medical, duties to himself while getting hangmaned.
But they're right back, like, it doesn't slow him down at all. They're just back to, like, back and forth. Sabu, he's, like, still fucking bleeding, obviously.
Obviously. They're all bleeding.
Bill Alfonso comes up.
This is one of my
goes for, like, a
part.
distraction.
Yeah.
Bill Alfonso also gets fucking raked across the wire.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting it.
Funk, wraps a length of barbed wire around his fist. And starts just shredding Alfonso's shirt, like raking his back and body and face.
It's fucking torn off like he's a stripper. Like
literally,
his shirt's just nothing.
Uncomfortably the most sluttiest, sexiest match in ECW history, right? Sabu's got his pants ripped off. Alfonso's got no shirt.
Who would have thought Bill Alfonso would be the sexiest ECW cast member?
Oh, God.
Out of everyone there. And not only is he stripped and fucking punched with barbed wire, he does a table spot.
For honestly no reason.
They lay him on the table like a rag doll, like he's just flopping around.
And then the table like flips over, like he just
falls off.
He's just so fucking destroyed.
At this point, Rob Van Dam comes in.
Oh yeah, RVD's here.
He's returning the favor for Sabu, helping him in his match.
Yep.
He comes in to beat on Terry Funk a little bit, while Sabu's just now got pliers. And he's just cutting the left side of the ring off.
Yeah, gets a pair of wire cutters and is now disassembling. To put it in no other words, like disassembling the entire arena.
Yeah, like that side of the ring's just gone.
Yeah, two sides. By the end of the match, two sides of the ring do not have barbed wire on them. Like
Terry Funk gets wrapped in barbed wire. I think Rob Van Dam does it. Maybe I've got dementia.
I think it was Bill wraps.
Somebody
wraps him up because then Terry Dreamer comes out to beat the shit out of RVD.
You can say that again, but you can say Tommy Dreamer.
What did I say?
You said Terry Dreamer.
No, I said Tommy Dreamer.
Okay, if you say so, but we'll just play this whole exchange back on the video.
We'll play it back. Terry Dreamer. All right, welcome back from the playback. So Dreamer comes out.
I told you.
And Dreamer comes out and hits RVD with a trash can cover. And then carries him out. Like literally throws him over his shoulder and carries him out.
I wrote carried into the sunset like a little baby.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Alfonso, I believe, wraps Funk in barbed wire and places him gently like a sweet babe, a sweet swaddled babe on the table.
And then he's leg dropped through the table.
Yep.
That's the big table spot.
Well, a big table spot.
Well, that's what I'm getting to, because that seems like a good place to end the match.
Right, like there's no
everyone's
reason.
Cut up, bleeding. Everyone wants to go home or the hospital.
Yeah.
Terry Funk gets pinned. 1-2. Kicks out. Why?
Why?
Why does he fucking kick out? Mm-hmm. Is it like an old man thing? Does he have that old man, like... Yeah. I don't know if he seems the type, though, but he kicks out for some reason. So he's put back onto another table.
We get a fresh table. He's still wrapped in barbed wire.
Sabu goes back to Chekhov's left side of the ring, where he's cut all this wire off.
Yep.
He's fucking wraps his leg in barbed wire and does another leg drop through the table.
A double barbed wire leg drop through a new table. And then, honestly, honest to God, hand on my chest, one, like, not top three, like, the most beautiful sight I've ever seen in wrestling was this kind of like modern performance art where both of them have basically conjoined. Right?
Yeah, they've fused into one.
They're both wrapped in barbed wire. The barbed wire has wrapped around itself as well as jabbed into the other the other participant. And so now there's this grotesque Cronenbergian, like, part human, part metal creature crawling back to the ring.
Well, you see Terry Funk's head emerge from just the mess of flesh and metal. It's fucking surrounded in barbed wire like he's a Cenobite. Like, he looks terrifying.
Oh, God.
And Bill Alfonso, like, even though they're supposed to be on opposite sides, Bill Alfonso has to fucking cut the wire away from his head because it's, like, about to blind him. Because it's like, right in his eye.
Yeah, no, it's very concerning.
So they fucking... Like, I think, like, the ref has to push them back into the ring.
Yeah, there's
they can't move because they're covered in barbed wire.
To move them into the ring, yeah.
And Sabu very, very delicately just, like, leans over, gets the shoulders down. It's the most dainty pin I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. 2 count. Terry Funk fucking kicks out again.
He's kicked out again. And I can only imagine, because, like, spoiler alert, in, like, the next couple seconds, there's another pin that goes all the way. I have to imagine somebody, like, the ref goes up to Terry and is like, Terry, there's no more barbed wire. We physically cannot do any more.
Sabu pins again. Terry's shoulders clearly aren't, like, on the mat. Like, it's not pin state, but the ref counts 1, 2, 3 anyway. We're home free after 22 minutes. Free.
And also, like, Funk also, you could see him, like, at the end give this, like, half-hearted kick out. Like, it almost looks like he was very seriously thinking about it, but also the blood loss.
The ref just, like, I decided to end it there. I think it was like, we need to finish. I mean, I imagine that Paul Heyman's in the back, like, this has gone way too far.
Right? Like, it's legendary, but at the same point, it's like, let's not watch 2 men consensually kill each other on live television. Well, sorry, not live television.
Nah. Pre-recorded television to be showed on 2 episodes of Hardcore TV. Bill Alfonso, he's like the first in the ring once the count goes off.
Yeah.
Bless him. He's straight in with the pliers.
Yeah.
They need to be cut out of this right now.
The rest of the broadcast is like 6 minutes of 9 men in the ring trying to finesse Sabu and Terry Funk out of the mechanism that they've created.
So, according to Joey Styles, what's his name? Do you want to try and get it?
AJ Suede?
Close enough. According to Joey Styles, they're cut free and taken straight to the emergency room.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Sabu's bicep needs over 100 stitches.
What?
Whenever you hear of, like, people getting injuries and they talk stitch count, people always say, like, I needed 20 stitches, and that's, like, the high-end level of stitches.
That's bad.
Fucking 100 stitches.
Oh my god.
And I've got a quote from Joey here. It says it's the most atrocious thing he's ever seen in his life. And everyone who did a barbed wire match before this realized they've been topped. Like, this is the barbed wire match to end all barbed wire matches.
They did everything, basically that you could do with a barbed wire match.
And this did end barbed wire matches in EC dub. Because Paul Heyman said he did not want to subject anyone else to that level of brutality.
Paul Heyman is a very gentle spirit, he respects humanity.
He's known for his kind and caring soul.
And that's it. That's the story. That's all she wrote.
I've got more.
Okay, that's not all she wrote. Oh my god.
So this has a rating of 7.3 out of 10.
That's good.
On a cage match. It's not the highest rated Sabu match. And I mean I don't think it's my favorite he's ever had.
I mean, it's no Air Sabu DDT through a flying table, but
the table was flying.
Yeah, much like Sabu.
Yeah, everything was flying.
Everything was flying.
Yeah. And that's why they had to take him out of the arena, because it was a flying table.
It was haunted.
It's getting dangerous.
It was haunted.
I think this is it's not his best match, but it's the match where you realize how fucking insane Sabu is.
Oh yeah.
Like it's brutal. And Terry Funk too.
Oh yeah,
like,
Terry Funk.
He's 52 and he's doing this.
Even more impressive. And just especially considering like the wrestling that Terry Funk comes from, the 70s and 80s, which is a very kind of not very hardcore wrestling, let's be real. So to see him kind of like pick up hardcore wrestling like he did, and he ran with that shit, it was impressive.
And this was like his like old man's final run storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he knew he was old.
Yep.
So he was doing this whole like this is my swan song. But he turned up in like One Night Stand when WWE resurrected EC Dub briefly. Can't
put a good man down.
8 years later.
Yeah.
He retired in he was 73. He retired in 2017.
Crazy.
You seen his last match?
No, but I can imagine it'd be pretty funny.
His last match is a 6-man no DQ match.
Hell yeah.
You know who else is in that match, actually? You know who else fucking turns up in that match? Your dad, Jerry Lawler.
Jerry Lawler again.
He's in that match, and he's also old.
He's probably even older.
But that fucking match, Terry Funk, he comes out to fucking Desperado by the Eagles.
That's so fucking sick. That's so fucking cool.
It's really like bittersweet, because it's like his retirement match. So he's got this whole like it's my final walk. But the match itself, it's not schmaltz. He takes a fucking drop kick from Jerry Lawler at one point.
Whoa.
And he rolls out of the ring, and Lawler follows him, and he starts choking him with a mic cable.
Fuck
like,
yeah.
It's not at all schmaltzy.
That's legendary. And now for we got 13 more ad reads to do, and then we can do the outro.
And this next ad read is for a DVD of Seagull and Beach Noises.
Ooh. Oh God, what's happening?
You woke up, Chandler?
What? Huh?
You've been asleep since October. It's May.
Jesus Christ! The last thing I remember is blacking out Halloween night. You're telling me it's been 7 months?
Yeah, I think. I can't do math very well, but I think it was 7. Anyway, you're gonna have to get up, because I got us 2 tickets to Hollywood. We're going to the big movie studio, baby.